Hello, my dear student. Welcome you all in science class. Today we are going to learn about chapter 9 living organism and their surrounding part 2. In the previous part we have discussed about the introductory part of the chapter. In that we have discussed about the general thing about the habitat and the living organism, how they are going to adapt the features for themselves, like to be alive in that particular to maintain their existence on the earth in a particular climatic conditions. In this part we are going to learn about the habitat. Habitat is a place where the organisms are living. It is the surrounding where the organisms are living and they are getting the food and shelter. Food and shelter as they are getting, the organisms are getting there, they'll be able to alive in that particular surrounding and they are able to adjust to live in that surrounding. So that is called as habitat. Habitats are basically of, if we categorize them, they are of two type. Like if we say that organisms are living in water bodies also or on the land also. So the organism, those who are living in water bodies, they are having the aquatic habitat. The organism, those who are living in water, aqua, the word it's giving the meaning of water. Aqua means water. It means water. So the organism, those who are living in water bodies, are known as, or they are having the aquatic habitat. The organism, those who are living on the land, they are called as, they are having the terrestrial habitat. So terrestrial habitat, the organism those who are living on the land, they are having the terrestrial habitat on the land part. They are having the terrestrial habitat, and this is also going to be vary according to the place. Like from one place to another place, if you are going to move or if you are going to visit the places, you will be finding there are the plains also there. On the plains are also there. There are the hill stations are also there. Hills are available. There are certain places who are having the snow falling also, snowy region also. So they all are comes under the terrestrial habitat. But aquatic habitat is the what the organism those who are living in water, they are having aquatic habitat. So student, we were talking about the varying of habitat. Habitats are going to be vary from one place to another place. I have already discussed with this. Now let's learn about the adaptation. Adaptation is what? As oneself, or if we talk about the organism, as they are living in water bodies, or else if they are living on the land, there are certain, like they are making themselves to be uh, adjust to live in that particular surrounding. They are doing certain modifications in their body to maintain their existence in a particular surrounding. According to the surrounding, they are doing certain changes in their body. That is called as adaptation. They are adapting certain features to make them suitable or to make them alive in that particular climatic conditions. So that is called as adaptation. How the organism are going to adapt certain feature, and I will be taking an example of, they are going to doing certain modifications in them. Modification मतलब changes ही होता है. That is called as changes. If we take an example of cactus. So these cactus plants are basically, they are growing in a dry habitat. So when these cactus are growing in a dry habitat, they are having the fleshy stem kind of, this kind of structures you are going to find that in the cactus, here the spines are available, and this fleshy stem of the cactus plant having, this is the thorns are present there on that the stem part. This is the stem, this is green in color, green stem. Green stem is there. This green stem is, as it is green in color, it is having chlorophyll present in it. So it is performing the photosynthesis function. Basically, in the normal plant, those who are living in the normal, on the terrace, on the land, if we talk about like normal conditions, so they are having the stem also, leaf also. In the aerial part, leaves are also available, stem also available, branches are also available. But in the xerophytic plants, or if we talk about the plants which are living in the dry conditions, these plants are doing certain modifications in them. Their leaves are going to convert it into the thorns. वो thorns में convert हो जाती हैं because of to save the water loss from the aerial part of the body. As the to prevent the water loss, they are being converted into the thorns. The water will remain in their body, so it is going to get stored in the flesh, in this stem part of it. As the water will be stored in the stem part, it is going to become thick and fleshy also. So this is helping to maintain the water level for the organism. This kind of change or this kind of adaptation, this kind of modification helps them to be to survive in that kind of climatic condition, in the zeros condition, in dry condition, in dry habitats. So hope you all understood about this adaptation. As the organism adapt themselves to be a particular surrounding. So I have taken an example of this one. We'll be learning about how they are, what kind of adaptation they can do, what kind of changes they can do in their life. So organisms are going to change, like, or adapting themselves according to, according to what. Okay, so they are having the structural modification. In the structural modification, what happens? Their body structures are going to get changed. They are modifying their body, and then these modifications are helping them to be survive in that particular condition. Have you seen that if we talk about the the animal, those who are living in the polar region or else at the cold places. This, for example, Kashmir. If the place Kashmir is the place where the cold climatic conditions are there due to the hill station or snow falling, as it is being done, it is happening there. So if you find that the animals, those who are living in that particular area, just like sheep, so these sheep are having their long structures of their hair. Their hairs are having long one, thick one. So these fur, hairy part of their, which is covered on their body, that helps them to, or preventing them to preventing them from the cold climatic condition and maintaining their existence on the earth. Otherwise, what will happen, as we are going to visit to the cold place, what we are wearing? We are wearing sweaters. So that sweater helps to keep our body warm. In the same way, the animal, those who are having the long hair and the fur on their skin in the cold region, they are also being protected by them, or to prevent to maintain their existence upon the earth. So that is the structural change. And another example we have seen structural change, another example we have seen, that is cactus plant also. In the cactus plant, second one is, if we talk about the behavioral changes are there. Behavioral change means definitely they are having the change in behavior. How, just like if some like we are also uh, changing our behavior when somebody is occupying, or somebody is taking our place at home. And like if somebody comes in the family and maybe sharing your bed or sharing your washroom or anything else. Anything else. So likewise, as they're sharing, so while sharing the things, maybe your behavior is going to get changed. So in that, the animals also, it is happening, it is normal thing, the behavioral change. But they are doing the behave changes in their behavior according to the climatic conditions, according to the environmental conditions, what are going to be happen. Like, and I'll be taking an example of lizards. Lizards, you can see that in your home, at the time of rainy season, the insects are flies, insects are visiting to the near to the lamps or near to the light, tube lights and all, or bulbs and all. So there you are finding lots of lizards are available. These lizards are going to feed upon those flies and insects which are available there in that surrounding. And then after, what happens? Those these lizards are storing the food in their body. They're storing the energy for the future consumption, future use. Okay, so after the rainy season, as the winters are approaching, these lizards are going to be disappeared. They'll be disappearing from the place. As they're going to be disappear from the place, what happens? Like, they're going for the winter sleep. This winter sleep is basically the inactive condition for the organism, in which, like, lizard does not able to tolerate that cold climatic condition. So while, like, at the time of cold climatic condition, they are going to get hide themselves in a particular places, and they will not be available in the surrounding. So please observe this thing, like when they are going to be visualized to you, and when they will be not seen by you. So this is the behavioral change happens there. Now next is we are going to talk about the shifting places, or else they are going to migrate from one place to another place. Migrate, or else we can say that migration. In this, what happens? The organisms are going to get migrate from one place to another place. They are going to shift from one place to another place. As they are going to shift from one place to another place, if you, again if you are going to observe that, why, suppose, as I am doing job in Burhanpur, everyone is doing job somewhere else to survive, to maintain their existence. So as we are also doing job here, if we are not going to be available, like we'll be not getting the food facility, we'll not be getting like job or any kind of things which are required for to run the life, what will happen? We are going to shift from the place, one place to another place. अगर बुरहानपुर में खाना मिलना बंद, अगर बुरहानपुर में किराना शॉप्स बंद हो जाए सारी, और सारी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन फैसिलिटी बंद हो जाए, एवरीथिंग विल बी स्टॉप हियर, नथिंग विल बी हियर, तो व्हाई यू आर गोइंग टू लिव हियर इन बुरहानपुर? So definitely this is what, due to for in the search of food, we are going to migrate, or we are going to shift from one place to another place. The animals also behave like that only. For in search of their food and shelter, they are going to migrate from one place to another place. Yeah, it may happen that climatic condition is not suitable for them to be alive or to maintain their existence upon the earth. So student, we have discussed about the adaptation and habitat of an organism, and hope you all understood about this. Next thing we'll be learning in the next part. Thank you and have a nice day.